New York Giants did it. Brian Daboll, the coach, said it was my decision. I'm not sure I buy that. But anyhow, they're sitting Russell Wilson, and they're going to Jaxson Dart, the number 1 draft pick out of Ole Miss. He is going to start against a Charger defense that's really playing with its hair on fire. But at the end of the day, Russell Wilson had one good game. The other 2 games, they could not move the football. Threw for 160 and 168. Russell Wilson is sitting. He's got 3 touchdowns, 4 turnovers, 7 sacks in 3 games, completing only 59% of his passes. They just could not move the football. He looks like an old man right now, and he doesn't have a lot of people around him because of injury issues there. Dart is going to have his hands full, but Dart's got no fear. I mean, he's just a gunslinger, and he'll face a lot of bullets because the Chargers are probably going to blitz him into submission. It is odd, though, that Brian Daboll comes right out after this group of meetings on Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday and announcing Jaxson Dart will be the quarterback, the starter. And he promptly follows up the next day by saying he will be the starter for the rest of the year. Rest of the year. Russell Wilson was asked about that yesterday. Russell Wilson said, I'm a teammate. I'm going to support this kid, and I'm going to continue to be a Giant. I'm not going to ask for my release. And the third guy in the equation, Jameis Winston, if they were looking for something different, Winston's bigger, more physical, more athletic, you would have thought maybe Winston might have been put in to replace Russell Wilson just based on the experience factor because they're right in the middle of a bunch of tough games. But no, so I don't know what Winston's thinking either. Maybe Winston's going to wind up being traded. But so that's where it is. It's Jaxson Dart from here on out. And Giant fans, they've been chanting for this guy since the start of preseason. Now they're going to get the chance to see. We'll see how he plays. Atlanta Falcons, Michael Penix, vote of confidence. Geez, we're only 3 weeks into the season. They've given him a vote of confidence already. 3 games, 1 touchdown pass. He's really struggling. I don't know if the league has caught up to him. There was a lot of consideration. Are you going to play Kirk Cousins, a $37 million backup quarterback? And Raheem Morris said, no, this is our guy. We're going to play this guy. We're going to work through this bump in the road there. Houston, that's messy. They're 0-3. C.J. Stroud, the protection's been really poor. They made a lot of changes, and for some reason, something's really missing in Houston. Their defense is playing really well. They just got rid of a troublemaker, though. This is weird. They cut safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He was the starter. They had just given him, during camp, they gave him a $6.5 million signing bonus. Wow. And they just ate it, and they cut him. But he was angry. He was blaming the coaches. He was blaming his teammates for this 0-3 start. At that point, that head coach said, no, not in this locker room. You're not doing that. They ate the contract, and they cut him loose. So that's a stunner. Last topic on the table is Pro Football Hall of Fame. How cool is this? Did you see the ballot? They just released the ballot for 2026 of the Hall of Fame, 128 names. The committee will now whittle down the names as we go through the next group of months. Included on the list of the Hall of Fame candidates, first-timers, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, fullback Lorenzo Neal, in addition to the great star wide receiver of the Arizona Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald. And, of course, the remaining names who did not get in last year are also eligible again this year, led by Eli Manning. But how about that? Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Lorenzo Neal from the San Diego Chargers on the Hall of Fame ballot.
You're not still bitter, are you?
Just quoting what is out there.
Okay. All right. Just a few comments here. First of all, I'm thrilled for the Giants fans, but be careful what you ask for, right? We're going to get 3 or 4 weeks down the road, and then I'll be like, give the ball to Jameis Winston, You
got to punch up on your cell phone who they play in the next 4 weeks.
Well, it's the Chargers this week. I haven't looked beyond that. But
look beyond that.
But Winston he's kind of a character, but to me, he's like the safety net. If everybody breaks their leg, you can roll him out. The other comments here, with Penix, I'm rooting for that guy, because he wasn't, a big SEC guy. He wasn't Michigan, Ohio State. He was like in the lesser Indiana, played in the Pac-12 on Washington. He's a lefty, so you kind of root for him. But he threw that ugly pick 6 last week. And you're like, So when you've got Kirk Cousins on the bench, that controversy is never going to go away. The example you shared about the Texans, to me, that sounds like addition by subtraction, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, you got to get rid of these malcontents. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me. And it's neat seeing Rivers and Breeze connected because they were connected in San Diego. Yep. And Lorenzo Neal has got to be one of the top 5 fullbacks of all time.
Exactly. In an era in which that position has now been kind of eradicated from most everybody's playbook.
And then it also makes you wonder, why in the heck couldn't the Chargers win with all these guys?
Well said. I concur with you. Okay. You got comments on the NFL Notebook? Feel free. Fans Forum chat box is open.